Good morning, Periscope. It's your girl, Nakia Young. 5 minutes late, I know. Hey. So all kind of stuff is going on this morning. Hey, Rodney. Good morning, honey. You guys come on in and invite your followers. We're going to have a serious discussion right quick. Carl, they just don't like you. Get over it. Like, they just don't. Right? And this is a really, hey, Shell, y'all, I'm trying to, Rotimi, hey, yes, come on in, y'all, let's talk, y'all. I'm trying to win some kind of award for multitasking this morning. Because for whatever reason, our Wi-Fi in our house was just like, nah, I'm good. And it would not come on, so I couldn't get on Scope anywhere. I couldn't get a signal anywhere in the house. The baby woke up. Shout out to the baby. Like, everything was happening. I was like, no, I was determined. Like, I'm going to get on Periscope today. I don't care. I'm going to get on there. So it's probably not going to be as long because, yeah, he's hungry. I brought him some food out here to give him. So I'm gonna, oh, hi, babe. Okay, I'm gonna put this right. I'm trying to mount this in my car so I can hold him. Y'all seeing the inside of my car right now because I can't get a signal in the house. Crazy, right? All right, let me see. Find a better spot. Determination. I did. I kissed him for you, Rodney. All right. So that is a horrible camera angle, but it's going to have to work. Anywho, let's talk about it. You guys watched the NBA Finals, right? I'm going to hold it until he starts crying. Hey, Karina. Who are you guys going for in the finals? Who are you guys going for? Hey. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I was going for the Warriors. Hey, Kenya. I was going for the mighty Warriors. And they did not look so mighty. The last 3 games, they just, yes, everybody who loves the Lord was voting for the Warriors. But yeah, like, I have my theories. I don't know if somebody was like in the back of the stadium rubbing some chicken bones together and put some kind of hex on them or what, but it was like Space Jam. It was like somebody just came and snatched all the Warriors' abilities right out of their body and gave them to Cleveland. It was crazy. Like, they just came, like, that's never happened in NBA history. But anywho, and everyone has a lot that's what it felt. Did it not feel like that? I mean, I was like, what happened, Warriors? What y'all doing? Fix it, Jesus. But yeah. So, my child is laughing. Pardon me. He dropped his pacifier. Say hi to the people. Anywho, I brought that up to say, I kind of prophesied what was going to happen on the last scope, and it was crazy. I was talking about what we could all learn from Draymond Green, and I was talking about how, you know, it's not about you. A lot of times when the devil is attacking you and trying to get you out of position, it's a much bigger picture that he's trying to thwart. So we kind of talked about that. And I said, you know, like, of all the times Draymond Green could have been suspended, the flagrant foul that he got in Game 5 was like he literally didn't do anything wrong that time, and he still got in trouble. And I said that because he had to miss the next game, you know, I was like, it's never happened before in NBA history, but what if the Cleveland Cavaliers, heaven forbid, came all the way back and won the championship? It could all be traced back to that one moment that Draymond didn't do what he was supposed to do, and then he wasn't there for his team. But that would never happen. And lo and behold, I grossly underestimated the power of my words. Um, everyone was posting the next day, and we're still kind of talking about the game and what happened. Hey, Tina. Everyone has really strong feelings about whoever they're rooting for. The people who like Steph Curry really like Steph Curry. The people who don't and feel he's overrated really feel very strongly about that. LeBron James is a very, good morning, polarizing figure. You either love LeBron James or you can't stand LeBron James. You just like, ugh, right? Yeah. And so we're talking about this morning, just some things for us to keep in mind. Some people are just not gonna like you. And you can be the best person in the world. You could be really cool, and you could be like, dang, like I'm a cool person. But people just won't like you. And it won't be any rhyme or reason to it. They could just be like, right? Especially when you are a believer, right? And you boldly proclaim the name of Christ and stand for kingdom principles. People are not going to like that. Some people have poor taste, insecurities, or they're just special. Yes, yes, and yes, right? And it took me a while to learn this in life. I've spent my 20s learning it and really getting to a point where you're okay with that. You have to get to a point where you're okay with that. Nobody wants to be disliked. It's not a good feeling. But some people just have problems. Like some people just have problems, insecurities. Maybe there's some things about you that they wish they had, and they don't really know how to reconcile that within themselves. And it's a deficit that they have. And every time they see you just walking tall and standing proud, and you're just like, hi, and they're just like, she thinks she all that. I can't stand her, right? As my business has been thriving, I have gained so many haters. Yes, and it's not like, the thing is, we can't take it personally. A lot of times it's not about us. Most of the time it's not about us, right? Or you're a reminder of what they don't have the courage to do. Absolutely. Yeah. So you just have to keep that in mind, and you have to pray for people. I want you guys, I can't get to my computer right now. So I want you guys in your spare time to go and read John chapter 15, verses 18 through 25. John 15, 18 through 25. Jesus was talking about exactly this. He was breaking it down. He was like, look, when the world hates you, like, no servant is greater than his master, right? And he said, thank you, Tina, for posting that scripture. Thank you. You guys, please go read that. He said, no servant is greater than his master. If the world hates you, remember, it hated me first, right? It hated me first. So, you following me, you gonna catch this hatred right quick. That's just how it is, And so we have to keep that in mind. Like, how you gonna hate Jesus? You gotta really have some This man wasn't doing nothing but walking around, laying his hands on people and healing them of stuff that they had been struggling with since forever. For free 99. He wasn't even charging people for it. He wasn't even like, all right, I got this healing, stand in line. I need a $50 line, a $20 line, a $100 line. He was just healing them for free 99, right? How you gonna hate on that? His very presence was a reminder of what they refused to do and be. Yes. Like, Jesus just showed up and people was like, ugh. And they killed the man. Like, they killed the man, And it was, their hatred of him was so, when people's hatred of you is so irrational and like just almost to the point of violence, it has to be demonic. It is demonic. That is that is not even them that feels that way about you. You know, that's a spirit operating in them that doesn't like the kingdom spirit that's operating in you, right? Like, demons knew when Jesus was on the scene, you know, they'll be like, ugh, okay, Jesus, just leave us alone. Go away. Like, you know, like the one in the New Testament where it was just like, what have we to do with you, Jesus? You know, like, please don't bother us. You know, they knew the power that was in him. And they trembled when he came around because they already knew what time it was. You know, they already knew it wasn't going to bode well for them. So, we just have to keep that in mind. Some people just don't like you. They just don't. This is just a funny example. I just don't like LeBron James, right? I was talking to some people about this on Facebook. And it's not because I'm jealous of his basketball abilities, because I don't want to play basketball. It has nothing to do with that. I think it's awesome the things he's been able to accomplish in life. I think, you know, I respect his skill, certainly. Like, you would have to be out of your mind. You feel me, Tina? I mean, but you would have to be out of your mind to say, LeBron, he all right, I guess. He can't really play, you know. But no, I'm not going to sit here and say that. LeBron is a very skilled basketball player, and no one is taking that away from him at all. But I just don't like him. He's not my cup of tea, I would say. He's not a basketball player that I prefer. Something about his character, the way he presents himself, has always come off extremely arrogant to me. Yeah. So, and that's just me. There are a lot of people that are like, what? You don't like LeBron? You're a hater. And that's something else. And babyish. Right. Yes. Lacks integrity on the court. That's exactly it. There was a game when I think Cleveland was playing Boston back in like 2008 or something like that, NBA Finals, where he cussed out his mama on live television. How you cuss out your whole mama on live television? Like, he literally told her, sit your down. Yes, he screamed in his mama's face and told her to sit her butt down, except he didn't say butt on live television. Like, and I already didn't like him before he did that. But after that, I was just like, dude, like, it was crazy. It was just like, and she was trying to defend him at the time. When they lose, it's their fault. When they win, it's all him. Yep. So I don't know. I'm just like, wow, if you cuss out your mama on live TV, ain't no telling how you treat her when the cameras ain't rolling. And other stuff. But whatever. I just don't like LeBron. He's not my cup of tea. I will never, you know, root for him or whatever. And we have a right to choose. And this is something else you have to keep in mind. We have a right to choose what we like and don't like. We all have choices. There's a ton of NBA players to choose from. And just because mine's may be Steph Curry's, somebody else's may be Draymond Green. Somebody else may be like, oh my God, are you kidding? Draymond Green is terrible. Somebody else may be like, okay, all of y'all are nuts. The best basketball player is clearly Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, yes, you know, people personalize preferences. And so a lot of times we're so quick to throw the word hater at people and call people haters. You just may not be what somebody prefers, you know? And that's okay too. That's okay too. You know, you should have a personality where, people either like you or they don't. If you're lukewarm and you literally can fit in with every group there is, then yeah, thank you, Tina. Exactly. Just because you're not someone's preference doesn't mean you're defective. Exactly. But yeah, people should feel one way or the other about you. They shouldn't feel indifferent. I don't want people to feel indifferent, right? I don't, you know. I mean, that's just me, personally. But yeah, so when someone doesn't like you and there's no rational reason for it, don't be like, what's wrong with me? I used to be like, well, what did I do? And a lot of times, you didn't do nothing. Like, they can't even tell you what you did. You know, I've had somebody not like me, and I'm like, okay, is there something I did to offend you? You know, because I'm not, you know, if I did something wrong, I'll apologize. And they literally, we talked for like 30 minutes, and they literally could not tell me one thing I had did to them. They was just like, well, you're just fake. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, what does that even mean? Well, I just think you're a phony person. Okay. And I had to just finally, like, in the conversation, I had to just stop and just say, you know what? That's not my problem. This child is Munchkin. Okay, some more people done got on, so say hi to the Munchkin, y'all. He got his face all frowned up. You keep dropping it. I fed him his bottle. Now he has his passy, and he keeps dropping it. Sit up. I may have to cut it short if he don't quit crying, but so far so good. There we go. So yeah, that's not my problem. I want you guys to start saying that, even if you don't say it out loud to the person. If you don't like me and you just don't like me, I'm just not somebody you prefer, and that's totally okay, because we all have our preferences for whatever reason. It may mean that person is a hater. It may mean they're not a hater and they just don't prefer you. But that is not your problem. You laughing, crying, a little bit of both? It's not your problem, right? Don't make it your problem. All right, hon. Ooh, girl, 2 more days. I'm a former school teacher, so I get it. Y'all pray for Sister Tina. Bless you, honey. Yes, have a great day. So yeah, don't make it your problem. Don't get all in your feelings about it. Just resolve in your mind that everybody's not gonna like you. Right? Everybody's not gonna like you. Be okay with it. If there is a legitimate reason, that's a good thing to ask. If it's somebody you care about and you actually value the relationship, you know, do stop and ask them, you know, if there's something you did that maybe you didn't even realize you did, you know, that could have been offensive to them. You can do that if you care enough about the person to preserve the relationship. But if they decide that they don't want to, and they don't like you just because they just don't like you, there is absolutely positively nothing you can do about that except love them and move on. There is nothing else you can do about that. Point blank, period. Right? So go back, please, and read. Somebody type the scripture up because I got baby and I can't. But John chapter 15, verses 18 through 25. And Jesus talks all about this, right? Remember that if the world hates you, it hated him first. We're no better than our master that we serve. And with that, if nobody has anything else to add, this is hump day help. Like, if you get this, this will help you, because you will not spend time trying to please people, trying to get people back on your team. If somebody doesn't like you, it is thank you, Karina. It is their preference, their problem, their issue, their demonic spirit, their insecurity, their none of their above, their whatever, right? It's them. It's not you. Right? Just because you're not, that was so beautiful the way Tina put that. Just because you're not somebody's cup of tea or preference doesn't necessarily mean that you're defective. Right? So, that's it. That's it. This child is very seriously trying to figure out who mommy is talking to. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You said, I think it makes it difficult when you attend the same church. Girl, yes. Girl, yes. I can't even get into that because that's a whole other scope for another day. But when you attend the same church, and so you can't not see the person, when you work with them, when you in the same family. Yeah. I mean, there are some situations where it can't be avoided, but what you can do, because you can't control what they do. You can only control your response. to it. That's all you have control over. That is it, point blank, period. So make up in your mind that you're going to love them. Like, that's literally a whole other scope. And we've talked about that before, about the art of being unbothered. That's a good scope for you guys to go back and look up and check out. You can only control your reaction to it. Don't allow it to push your buttons. Don't allow it to get you down. Don't allow it to get you out of your love walk. There's a bigger picture at stake. The devil likes to use people like that to get you out of your love walk, and it's something even bigger on the horizon that you have to stop and think about. What is the devil trying to keep me from? What is the devil trying to block here? Because these attacks from this person are coming so fast and furious. You know, what is this about? Right? If Draymond Green has stopped to ask himself that, the Warriors could have won the finals. All they needed to do was win one game. And they really needed him. But, okay, whatever. I'm over it. Anywho, love you guys. Do a scope on the difference between testifying and bragging. Oh, I think I will, Karina. I think I will. That's a good one. Yes, ma'am. That might be next Wednesday's scope. All right. You guys take care. Thank you so much for tuning in. Share this broadcast with people. Somebody needs to hear this message this morning so they can quit worrying about why people don't like them and get free in Jesus' name. I love you guys. He just spit that out with authority. All right, let me take this boy in the house. Love y'all. Peace out. Bye. Bye.